Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation is Dhanasari Mahalla Chotha, the recitation of the entire Sabad. Dhanasari Mahalla Chotha, Kaljug ka Dharam Kahahu tum pai, किव छूट हो हम छुटका की हर हर जप बेड़ी हर तुलहा हर जपयो तरै तराकी हर जी लाज रखो हर जन की हर हर जपन जपावो अपना हम मांगी भगत एकाकी रहाओ हर के सेवक से हर प्यारे जिन जपयो हर बचना की लेखा चित्र गुप्त जो लिखया सब छूटी जम की बाकी हर के संत जपयो मन हर हर लगी संगत साध जना की दिनयर सूर तृष्णा अगन बुझानी शिव चर्यो चंद चंदाकी तुम वड पुरख वड अगम अगोचर तुम आपे आप अपाकी जन नानक को प्रभ कृपा की जय कर दासन दास दसा की तुम वड पुरख वड अगम अगोचर तुम आपे आप अपाकी जन नानक को प्रभ कृपा की जय कर दासन दास दसा की Tell me, my brothers, the Guru is saying, Kaho tum pai. What does it mean to live virtuously in these times, in these conflicting times? Kaljug ka Dharam. It means the age we are in. What does it mean to live righteously, virtuously? How do we find true freedom? Kiv chute hum. How do we find escape? Chutkaki. And the answer is, make realization of Har. Make that your goal in thought and in deed. Indeed, what is being said here, Har Har Jap, Bedi Har Tulha. Make the Har, that Nam consciousness, make that your boat, the ferry, and make it your guiding hand, Har Tulha, the pilot of the boat. Because when you're attuned to that Har self, Har Japyo, then one can swim across the turbulent waters of existence. So the Guru is really talking about the turbulence of the mind. And the question that he is asking is actually a perennial question. It's asked by every generation. How to overcome the stress, the confusion, and all the traps that bind us with anxiety. How do we do it? So remember, Kaljug is not necessarily chronological time as it is treated in the Indian systems, but in Gurbani it is more psychological time. The kairos of Greek time, like there is chronos and kairos. Kairos is timing. How? Psychological time. It is a state of mind. So our state of mind is Kaljug. That is to say, it is overcome with stress, with confusion. That's our problem. And the stormy waters of our thoughts fragment the mind. So the only boat that you can use to cross this stormy sea, so to speak, is to cultivate a living awareness of divine presence. That should be your navigator and guide. It is not more rules, it is not more rituals, it is not more moral calculations that will liberate us. It is this lived presence. So it is really calling for an inversion. And in the Rahau, the Guru is giving us the central emphasis. He says, "O Honorable Har Ji, protect the honor of your servants. Laj rakho har jan ki. Inspire us to reflect, to contemplate, and to realize your wisdom. Har har japana japavo apana." And the begging here is of devotion. We beg for the devotion of oneness. Hama mangi bhagat ikaki. Laj rakho. Commonly, laj means modesty or shame. In this verse, it means the shame of existential nakedness. This is a state in which a human confronts his own existence without any illusions, without any identity connections or psychological coverings that we wear, where we are stripped of our roles, our narratives, our possessions, our ego-based constructs. That is really the first step into that awareness that we are looking for. We need to confront ourselves in a moment of raw exposure to who we are as we are today, without the buffers of self-imagined meanings and protection. Only then can you seek the protection of Nam-consciousness. You first have to come face to face with your own nakedness. And those who serve the Hari, meaning to say that those who actually do that, become the beloved, because they live by the word of the Guru. Jin japyo har bachanaki. That narrative is adopted. So as a result, what happens is that Chitragupt, the cosmic recorders, metaphysically speaking, Lekha Chitragupt jo likhya, sab chuti jamaki baki. That deficit, karmic debt. So what is karmic debt? It refers to the residual imprint of ego-driven actions, okay? Because when you act out of ego, you leave a residue, an impress behind in your memory. And memory and ego go together. So it binds you to repetitive existence because your memory throws up that thought or that action that you have created. So this continues until one returns to that point of naked exposure and then alignment through the Guru's Shabad. So the account is not really settled, it's just dissolved. Haume is dissolved. So what happens is that seekers of Har, people who are looking for a way out, seek the solution within their own consciousness. Japayo man har man. And they do it through association with a perfected master. Lag sangat sad janaki. So you need guidance. And once that resonance occurs, once you confront yourself, then the agitation of desire, diniyar sur trishna, no longer fuels the fire of restless craving, agana bujhani. Instead, the luminous moon of peace ascends in your consciousness. Sivacharyo chanda chadaki. So, diniyar sur is the fire of longing. This is a metaphor using the sun to indicate the fire, because the sun is fiery, of longing, trishna, which symbolizes restless, outward-seeking, desire-driven mode of existence. And in classical Gurmat language, this is what we call dhat, life led by urge, by ego, by agitation. In contrast, the moon, which is reflected light, is cooling, is tranquilizing. It tranquilizes the mind. So it is pure consciousness, and it is called Siva. Siva, in its original meaning, is not the character that you see, but it symbolizes eternal, pure consciousness. So when you get centered in this consciousness, the intensity of craving diminishes. So Siva has that is spiritual cooling. So when you live by that orientation, the heat of craving is quenched. And now in the concluding verse, the Guru reaches out to that infinite self. You are the Supreme Being. Tum Vad Purkh. You are immense. Vad. Tum Vad Purkh. Vad. Twice. Emphasis. You're unfathomable. Agam. You're unrevealed. Agochar. Tum Vad Purkh Vad Agam Agochar. Tum Ape Aap Apaki. You are utterly unique and you are self-existent. Ape Aap Apaki. Jana Nanak ko Prabhu Kirpa Kijai. Nanak seeks your compassion. Make me the servant of your servants. Kardasan Das Adasaki. So the servant of the servants is the Guru. The Guru serves the Har, is in fact the Har. So how does one access what is inaccessible? That is to say, how does one access Nam consciousness? So the boat, we know, the guide that will ferry us, we have to do that by breaking the hard shell of the ego. And how is the hard shell of the I broken? Through radical humility, by becoming the servant of servants, those who are already anchored in Nam consciousness. So essentially, we have to first come to grips with ourselves as we truly are, honest introspection, if you will, and then seek the guidance of Gurbani to elevate one's consciousness. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.